Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now I am back again with another Alliance War video, and this time around I actually have like a crazy Alliance War attack team that I never thought I would ever have. But New Nation's taking on NATH SX Corp, and it will be a very fun and cool war. So my attack team is Attuma, Maestro and Photon. This effectively looks like my defensive team. But fine, we're gonna make it work. Those were the assignments. My officer was actually kind of worried about assigning this team to me. But hey, if it works, it works. So, let's get to it. There are obviously very good reasons for this team. And mainly that's because both Attuma and Maestro are tactic attackers. And Photon is just a very solid attacker in itself. So first up, I'm going to path 4. Which is going to be the debuff build-up Fury path. Well, basically, when I get too many debuffs, opponent gets a Fury. But whenever I'm purifying debuffs, I also get Furies. And that effectively is the thing that matters. On top of the fact that, obviously, Clarity can help Attuma, as well as his level 1 to bypass their Wade. And then, even further, if I do get any talents or power stings on me, I can just shrug them off with a heavy attack. And there is some weird interaction here, because you can see that starting from the very beginning here, I'm just going to be gaining the Furies, even if at this point I do not have anything to shrug off. So as you just go with Attuma here, I'm just spamming my heavies, and that was 114 heavy attack. So I'm just going to drop my level 1. I probably didn't even kind of have to, but yeah. And then just a few hits to kind of finish it off, and boom! But we still got 114k heavy attack, just casually. So this is a cool interaction, and Attuma is kicking some ass. Next up, I'm going up against Mr. Fantastic, and it's gonna be pretty much the same. There's not much to worry about. Any debuffs that I'm gonna get from Mr. Fantastic throwing his specials, I'm just gonna get rid of, and as soon as I'm gonna get the Clarity charges, or activate my level 1, true accuracy is going to be a thing, and if I do get auto-blocked and parried, I automatically shrug that off, and if he does evade, I go unstoppable. So, I never realized, but Attuma is pretty much designed to absolutely wreck Mr. Fantastic, especially with this node combination, because whether he evades or whether he auto-blocks and parries me, it kind of helps me. And so we're going to go for a heavy attack here. I do have my precision on as well. And that was just, again, casual 90k heavy attack. And there's just not much. Attuma is a beast for this. Right, so let's move on to section number 2. Have a couple of interesting fights there as well. And let's see where we're traveling off to. Obviously the right side, and we're obviously going to be dealing with the Destroyer. This Destroyer destroyed me once in the past, and Destroyer's power gain can be extremely dangerous to mitigate. Therefore, I adapt a new strategy for this. I am doing what you are meant to do in Alliance War. You're playing with the margins, and I'm going to be playing with the fact that a single level 3 will not kill me. Me screwing this fight up and hitting a level 2 and getting hit will. So, maybe I was a bit too aggressive here in the beginning, but the idea is I'm not even going to really get bothered about his charges or anything else happening with him there. What I am going to do is just smash his back doors in with the Photon, with my level 2s, with everything else. And then if it's time for me to eat a special attack, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Here I tried to bait out his special, obviously didn't necessarily succeed, and then I decided, meh, what's the worst thing that can happen? We're going to put a taunt on him. He has some debuffs on. Striker caught him. The taunt, unfortunately, is about... Oh, no. The taunt's still there. He's at 11%. He does catch me, being at 8%. I'm at 80%. He has, again, taunt on, a ton of debuffs. Much of his damage is reduced, and I am absolutely not worried. And this is the only fight I believe I needed Photon for. Anyways, maybe there was one more, but... now he's unblockable, and he's kind of kicking me, but I just pressed my level 2, and the fight's over. So... no need to make things more complicated than they have to be, especially if you are using a boosted rank 3. That's quite chunky. Next up, Modo. So we have Hazard Shift, Bleed, and Shock. And this is a dodgy fight. This fight doesn't have many great counters, as far as I can tell. And obviously, with Maestro, with again, one-eyed open note, I cannot hit him while he's stunned. With Maestro, I cannot really hit him whilst he is in his bleed phase either, which is one mistake that I'm going to make at some point in the fight. And the point here is I'm just going to slowly but surely going to try and gain my clarity charges when he's in his bleed phase. I'm just going to be hitting his block or trying to get rid of his auto block. Now that I'm slowly gaining my buffs as well, bleed phase on. This is not a fast fight. We just did not really have like a better counter here. But this is kind of a dodgy fight. That's fine. Now I have my clarity charge active. And I'm going to have to be as aggressive as I possibly can be whilst the shock phase is on. When the bleed phase is on, again, I'm going to have to hit his block and not get cornered. And then just kind of wait for the shock phase again. And I was at 9 clarity charges before my clarity passive went away. So I just need to connect like one hit or gain one buff and I'm going to be fine. Here, unfortunately, he's kind of auto-blocking pretty much everything, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I finally got my clarity charge, but unfortunately, the bleed phase started. So I'm thinking what to do here. And should I stay aggressive whilst I still have clarity on in order to get some more debuffs? I go for level 2. And this worked out fine, because I only got like 1 bleed on me, and I'm perfectly fine with that little health loss as long as I have my clarity charge active. And if I stay aggressive, the level 1s can now do a significant amount of damage, because I do have the Furies active. So that's the plan there. And we're going to see a bit different set of luck. So I activate my level 1 here, even though the bleed phase is on, and I'm at 7 bleeds, and all my health is just leaking out. So that was definitely mistimed. There's just no way around it. I should not have activated the special attack and made the fight a lot more dodgy than it should have been. At the same time, though, we're still good. We're still good. Except now when I get hit without having my glance buff active. That was a scary moment that could have ended my fight. Luckily, though, I recomposed myself, and even though at this point he's literally awaiting everything, I just need to connect 2 hits and then we'll be fine. Now I do that. I have my clarity charge active. I activate level 1. It doesn't quite kill him, but Maestro is going to go for the passive damage, another combo, and the fight is done and dusted there. So a bit dodgy fight, but quite an exciting one. I definitely had a good time in this fight. Now I do have a mini boss as well, and the mini boss is going to be another dodgy-ish fight. And spot. So that spot again has hazard shift active, incinerate and poison. This time around I do not have any limitations on when I can attack because Maestro is both incinerate and poison immune, and I just need to contest with his spots effectively. Do not hit his block, and that's about it. Do not get hit by specials. I try to manage his spots, so bait out the specials and make sure to punish them. And that's kind of the job from me there. Hopefully the AI is a bit friendly to me and actually throws that special attack. Now he's going to be at 4 spots, but I'm going to punish the special, which means that he cannot gain any spots for a bit. And now I can start dealing some damage. And we are going to finish this fight out in just a moment. 1 second. This is quite important. I do need to... My apologies for that. Just received quite an important phone call. And now we're back in the spot fight. So, this fight's much easier than the Modok one, effectively, because I do not have limitation on when I can attack spot, and that's just basically the only thing that matters. As long as you know how to punish spot special attacks, that is just about it. And Maestro is, again, kicking ass on attack. Maestro is putting in definite amount of work, so now I'm going to be baiting out at level 2, because he had quite a bit of power. And then we're just going to be closing out the fight pretty much. Now, my charges are kind of about to expire, but he's only at 24%. I still do have my Furies on, and I do have a level 1. Now, with this level 1, that is the end of the fight. And yeah, that is the war. Maestro absolutely destroyed this. We actually ended up winning this war as well. And it just shows how some of these champions interact with nodes in very, very interesting fashion. And that can be very cool. I really like the Tuma fights because he absolutely nuked. I really like the fact that Maestro is kind of a solid attacker now. And well, Photon did what she was supposed to do. So very cool and fun and exciting war for me. I definitely enjoyed this one. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. My apologies again for the interruption there. It was my girlfriend's mom. I'm supposed to pick her up right now. So I need to run. Bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information